Yeah, we are
Henry
live, unlike...
Kissinger is dead, bitch.
It finally happened. That Grim Reaper at his little claw machine finally got his ass.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And he was
Yep.
so
Now we can all
young.
finally live.
God. He
Took him
was...
so young.
Yeah, he was what was it that Christo said? Oh, he was just a
He
kid.
was just a little. He was just a
He was a
young boy.
fucking kid.
He's just a
little guy.
kid, guys.
Take me
100 years
instead,
young.
says Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney, yeah, he is still alive. I remember
Yeah.
now. He got a heart transplant and all that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's running on the same technology that kept that motherfucker alive. He'll be around for another 50
He
years
should
or so.
Definitely be
Blood
dead.
oil just turning through his body.
Yeah, his heart's pumping pure
cash flow.
pure Afghani oil.
Mm.
Seriously, fuck that guy, man.
Yeah.
Terrible. Why
Every
do
time I
it's
see-
just they always live to 100. All the worst people.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I guess you got to be a shitty person to like live long. I don't
They
know.
sell
Well,
their
it must-
Something
soul.
about it. that-
Well, I think it's probably in the contract with I haven't looked at the updated contract with the devil since I signed. Oh, never mind. But last time I saw it, it was like the 1700s.
How old is Mitch McConnell? 81.
yeah, I really thought he was going to go
Shit.
first.
Yeah.
We got Munger, and then we got Kissinger.
Mm.
I mean, McConnell's got to be next.
Yeah.
It's like they come in threes, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, it keeps having strokes on live television. I mean, seriously, how much longer can he seriously keep going? I mean, at least stop serving in public office for God's sake.
It would be
Yeah.
be
Jesus
mercy at this
Christ.
point.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a
I think,
kindness.
I refuse to die, but I will stop trying to lead the country while I actively have fucking strokes.
That would be brave, I think. I could
I
at
will not
least
step down. My brain is actively deactivating on
I mean,
me.
look, you remember Pelosi? Good morning, Sunday morning, and just like
No,
staring
I
off
don't.
into the middle
Thank
didstance. You don't remember this? I remember it
No.
so.
I
You
tried
don't
is
not
that
remember
what
to
this?
remember
is that what
this
that podcast was named after?
I don't know.
I never knew what that was. That's great. Okay.
Yeah, and it was like maybe a year ago. Nancy Pelosi was like doing an interview, and then she just goes, "Good morning, Sunday
Oh,
morning,"
I do remember that now.
and then just like, and it was just like a blank, like she's having like a mini stroke, and then they're like, and like they're asking her questions, and she's just like, and then she like snaps back into it, and then it's really disturbing. You're like, wow, we really are like a gerontocracy at this point, like
Yeah.
straight up, like
We are-
unabashedly
Piloted by
Visibly-
corpses.
visibly rotting empire.
Well, most of them have been here since the beginning. So
No, seriously.
Civil War.
yeah.
They were there at the Tea
They were
Party.
Confederates.
Oh God, they are. Yeah.
I
It's so
think,
funny to me to think about if I worked at a McDonald's and it was run by people of this age, I would feel that's deeply problematic. Yet they can run the country. That's fine because this is not important. It's
Yeah.
just
I
it's
worked.
the country.
I worked at a movie theater at a concession stand with a lady who was like 70, and she one day she did three things. She told me so first of all she put the ice scoop into the thing backwards and was just repeatedly putting it in backwards. Couldn't get any ice out because of course the convex or concave end was going. Anyway, she did that. Then she told me that according to her Spanish friends, is what she said.
Oh, her Spanish.
Yeah,
friends.
because she
From
used to
Spain,
live in
right?
she used to live in L.A. So her Spanish friends told her that these are called tortas. tortas, and she's talking about tortilla chips.
They're called tortas.
Yeah, and then I think later that day might have been when she said the Milk movie was was out at the time, and she said, "Oh, I'm not seeing that. Those people run Hollywood." And I wasn't sure if she was
Oh,
talking
God.
about Jewish people or gay people, but either
That's
way,
Great. That is kind of great.
yeah,
It's like
So-
either way, it's
Yeah.
terrible, but it's vague
Yeah.
enough. I kind of like it.
exactly. And so people who are at least that old, or the majority of the people who run this country are either them or psychotic, weird, inflated sort of Ken doll looking guys with like plastic hair. And it's incredible to see. It really is.
Well,
It's
you
just
know,
so-
you know how I have to watch Bloomberg 24/7 at work. Well, they get Congress people up there all the time, like they're just giving some interview, and it's crazy how many of them just look like somebody auto-generated a congressperson, like just like you're saying, like plastic hair, just like middle-aged, kind of weird, like always have something weird and fucked up about their face that's like
Uh-huh.
memorable, which I think serves them well when in like a voting booth. Like, yeah, that guy, he's got the fucked up face, he's got the fucked up eyes.
Yeah, he's
Right,
got the
like-
nose that goes kind of crosswise. You know what I mean? That
And,
guy.
and their names are always like Bill Bilson. I don't what is that? It's the weirdest thing, man. It's just like there's like a weird template where they're just like, this is a weird
Yeah.
guy, congressperson.
He's
There
the
are
most-
people named shit like that though. Like that one guy, Philip Phillips.
sure.
I used to get so fucking mad that was a real person's name.
Yeah.
Like his name is Philip Phillips. What is fucking wrong with his parents? I want to
It's
fucking
so
choke
fucked,
them.
man.
His
But they
middle name is
do
also
it.
Philip.
Chris Christie was a
Yeah.
fucking
Why?
governor of New Jersey, and it's because it's memorable. I think it works. It's like if you want your kid to be a fucking you make a weird little fucked up looking kid,
I mean,
and then
Chris
you name
Christie
it
is at
something
least
Chris Christie, and then
two-
that's perfect.
2 more letters versus 1 more letter. It's Matts, you know, like
That's
Willa
gross.
Willows. Like
Yeah.
what?
Matt
Stop, you can't have the same
Matt
name for
like
both.
I think what we need is more names. Like I saw a sign the other day, or just before the election. I think they actually got the seat. It's in Holyoke, Mass. There's someone named Cocaine Givner.
What?
I mean, I would vote for that
Are you
person
serious?
instantaneously.
Their name is cocaine?
Yeah,
No,
it's,
that can't be real.
yeah. Her name is Cocaine. It's
Oh.
spelled Kocyane, and
I
she's
see.
called
Okay.
Coco.
Okay.
But she has to. I think you can't run under an assumed name. So
Beautiful name for a
So
girl.
Eric Clapton
Okay.
definitely voted for her and her baby holding policies.
Yeah.
No
She was
one
also
knows. I
she's
mean-
also a crazy xenophobe. So she definitely had
Okay,
his
well,
vote.
That feels right.
Sorry, Coco. I don't actually know anything about you.
She
so
seems nice, actually.
You
if look
ruined
at
your
her
campaign.
Facebook.
I mean,
She's
blame your parents for naming you cocaine. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Imagine you're 10 years old and realize one day you could run for office and be like, Mom and Dad, why did you name me cocaine?
because we
That's
didn't
'cause
want you
your
to get into
mom really
politics,
loves
bitch.
Well, too bad.
You're whiter than white.
Now go play with your brother fentanyl.
I said I'm crack now. I'm grown up.
I mean, I was gonna just reference how it is a trope or a cliche that the people that can get into power don't deserve to be in power, but like it's so true. I thought of that because I was watching this interview with Elon Musk yesterday. Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
Where he is literally on a stage and also on camera and talking to an interviewer who's asking him about the advertisers, and I guess there's all this thing about that they're blackmailing him.
Yeah.
But the best part is that he just goes, fuck you. Like he just literally says fuck
Yeah.
off to the advertisers. Like
Which
just
would be
telling people
so.
don't.
That's the thing, though, is under so many circumstances that would be so cool.
Yep.
If it
But it's-
wasn't Elon Musk. Yeah.
Exactly. If it wasn't Elon Musk for the reason that he wants to be more fucking fascist
Well, like
with his like powerful communication network that he is somehow in charge of.
Yeah, and the stupid bomber jacket looking like Baloo
Oh my
from Tailspin.
Seriously. I just watched that right before we started the call.
Damn, I
And it
missed
was
It's
so
profound. It's so
good.
awkward. I feel so bad for the interviewer who keeps trying to get the interview back on track to
Yeah.
actually have some substance, and it's just like the whole
Didn't he,
time
like-
Elon just wants to be like, if the platform dies, then the world will know it's because they tried to blackmail me. And
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
like, and it will
that's
be
the
very-
reason. It won't be every decision you've been making
he's like, it
for
will
the
be
last
very,
year.
very well documented. We will have all the documents of the people not wanting to advertise. I'm like,
Oh, they're
that's
they're
not
going to
how
start having
advertising
documents all of a
works.
sudden. That's great.
I love
It's
that.
just
Like I love that he's like he's pretending that this is like he's a martyr for this. This is
Right.
this
Yes,
is the
thank
this
you.
is the business model of social media. Is the advertisers have to want to advertise on your fucking platform, right? Like it's not like I'm a layman and I can tell that you're not
Imagine-
like a hero for this.
Imagine you're starting a business that not that you're buying a business and driving it into the ground. Imagine you're starting a business and you're the shittiest person you could imagine, and you're like, I can't get anyone to advertise on my business. So if my business doesn't succeed, it's their fault. And it's just like, what?
Imagine like having that conversation.
Why
with,
would anyone spend money with your shitty ass? Like,
But like, imagine talking to
Desiccated
Google.
Baloo looking ass.
Imagine talking to Google though, like a Google exec, and they're like, "Hey, look, hey, we don't usually care that much, but there's a lot of Nazis on here. Like, could you tone back the Nazis and the pedophiles? I just a
And he
bit.
just-
I mean, we usually
he-
don't care. I mean, I don't know.
and he's literally just like, fuck you.
Yeah, no,
Fuck you,
the
don't
pedophiles are
advertise if you
staying
don't-
on here.
If you don't like Nazis and you don't like pedophiles, fuck you.
You don't like free speech. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like how he called the interviewer guy by the wrong name too. He's like, "Yeah, I'm only here because you're my friend Michael." He's like, "My name's David." I forgot his name, but it's like that.
You're my friend, guy. I can't remember your name.
Hey,
Oh
bud.
my god.
You're welcome,
Oh
bud.
my God.
Yeah, I think that didn't he also say like, oh, I'm tired of people pretending like they want to do good, but they're actually doing evil. I'm interested in the actuality of goodness or people
Oh,
doing
sure.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
I just
I
like
didn't hear that
fuck
part.
you piece of shit. Like
What does that
like
mean?
imagine being preached to by this piece of shit who does it literally that like god
You're not
damn
doing
dude.
that's
actual
his
goodness.
entire MO. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is well, I might be a piece of shit who kills people all the time with my own negligence, but I invented the electric car. Well, no, you didn't really, but yes, I
No.
mean,
Well, I invented PayPal, so.
well, no.
Oh wait, not that one either. But
also, yeah, you didn't, but fuck, man.
I love that he tried to call that X too, and they were like, "No, we're not doing that."
yeah, that was the first failed X where like I still cannot believe I have to call that site X. I'm so mad about that. I mean, it just
No, I'm pissed.
if he's just
I had so I work in marketing, right? And then this girl who is one of our like media girls. She was just like, "Oh, well, she was QAing like a landing page I was working on, and shouldn't we turn the Twitter logo into the X logo?" And I just ignored her. I was like, "I'm not doing that. I'm not. I refuse.
see that's praxis right there.
Fuck you."
Isn't it still called like?
Willow,
Isn't it
your
still
mic
called, like,
is like maxing out.
Isn't it still called sending a
Horizontal.
tweet though, or is there a different name than sending a tweet?
Is it
Is it no
post?
longer? A
No, they
tweet?
got rid of that. It's just called posting.
Yeah, just
Posting, that's it.
He was like, no, it's not a. I think at one point they wanted to call him an X, but I don't think that
weird.
stuck. But they literally removed tweet, which is I can't. It's the dumbest thing I could possibly fucking imagine. It's like the strongest brand
Yeah.
that
Yes.
you, out of anything on the internet that you would
That's-
call something a tweet, and you're just like, fuck that. It's called X. Like,
Again,
what?
this is the kind of thing that convinces me. I know this guy's a fucking colossal moron, but there has to be a percentage of this shit that is purposeful.
What to
What
what
do you
end?
mean?
I don't
Willow, like, what
I'm
is
trying
the
to bankrupt it or
I-
something.
end game.
Exactly. I
I think his
swear
head's
he-
up his own ass so far that he does. It's just that's what it is. It's
I
I
face
mean, it also,
value.
he just
Is-
met with like Israel recently, so it's like.
Oh,
do you
yeah,
think-
yeah.
Do you think he's like trying to cut off all the information of like actual like people that know correct things. He's like, you know what? Let's just tank the whole entire thing
That's the thing.
and shut it down so people can't like post their
Hmm.
home camera footage of actual
Yeah.
news and things
mean,
that are happening.
It
People have
was
been
it was
saying
a
that for a while.
powerful, yeah, exactly. And I'm still saying it. Like I think this is a long drawn out process, but I think
He's
you know,
playing a long game, like a long con.
I mean, the longer it goes, the worse of a plan it is.
right. Well, that's the thing is I
You
think
shouldn't add like video calling and shit like that to the
Right.
platform if that's your plan.
I
Like,
think he is trying and failing somehow to completely tank a viable platform like for people to use for organizing and telling stories they might not be able to tell elsewhere.
I think that's just
But
giving him too much
also,
credit. I just think that
I
he's
know,
just not that.
I
He's not.
know.
He's like Dr. Evil level like planning of
Well,
malicious plans. It's
yeah. Well, that's what I'm
like
saying.
$1
I think
million.
I think the intent is there. I just think the execution is flawed beyond measure, and it's it's like he's playing dumb, but he also is dumb, and it's I don't know.
I think the more I think about it, this is just like a very expensive public spiral, right? Where it's like
Uh-huh.
he wants to be a poster so bad, and we've all seen posters, when it's not going well for them, and they continue to just
I've
double
never
down
seen
and
that.
never, not once.
The brain became
the
poisoned rot and just decays and
Yeah,
spews out
and
horrible
it's like
things.
the mythical
version of
poster's
that.
madness. It's never presented itself. in
Imagine the
any
worst
measurable-
poster you could imagine that could actually just buy Facebook and then just be like, and then force us
I
all
can
to
think of
see
a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan bleep bleep. I'm not gonna say his full name. Not a bonus episode, but imagine if that guy could buy Facebook and force us to see his posts. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
It's true. I am very forced. Like, 'cause I don't fuck with Twitter anymore just because I'm so sick of the bullshit. But it's just like I never even followed Elon Musk, but I would see Elon Musk everywhere when he changed the logo to the fucking Dogecoin bullshit. I was like, I don't want to be reminded that you exist, man.
Uh-huh.
Awful.
Every day I'm reminded of that he exists. It's like
Yeah.
it's horrible, man.
Yeah.
against our will.
Yeah.
And we
not
talk
fair.
about him a lot too. That's the worst part, is because it's just
You
He's part
have
of
to.
the
you have
culture.
to. Yeah, you can't, because he
You have
just
to defend
inserts
yourself
himself.
against psychic. I want the people that were doing the projection, astral projecting against Allah. Can they go against Elon Musk? Can we get that? That's a long.
His
callback
psychic
right
energy is
there.
very weak. You could break right
You
through
would
it.
think so, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had protection from
Allah,
Henry
his psychic
Kissinger,
energy
and
is
now
crazy good.
Do
Elon
not
Musk, terrible.
Do not actually project against Elon Musk unless you're leaving 3/4 of your soul in your body, because that too much
Yeah.
effort committed.
Yeah, he'll claim
he-
that soul was his idea all along, and then he'll just run with it.
He'll name
he
your
no
soul
longer
X.
has the Henry Kissinger shield. Barrier
Shout
protection.
out Henry Kissinger. We love you,
Yeah.
He
Henry
does
Kissinger.
though.
Henry Kissinger
He needs
is
some.
Strong
the
arm.
only reason I ever thought about Henry Kissinger. I
Yeah,
just
same.
I feel so
Yeah,
bad for
didn't-
Henry Kissinger right now because everybody's like, when it happened, I was
I
just
don't
like, I
feel
want to
bad.
tag him and be like, oh man, you had such great memes. But then I went to his page and like 20 people had already done that. And I was
This
Yeah.
is like his birthday. What are you
Yeah,
talking
it
about?
is.
This is great.
like, was it?
Let's talk about
that's
branding gift.
Now that's somebody who I wish Galvano could buy Facebook. Actually,
Absolutely.
That
Yes,
would be- Yeah, that's a
the
person who
most
deserves
altruistic.
Facebook.
Someone who's actually doing good.
And just forcing
Doing
everyone
good.
to see his memes, like just normies and like random.
Just seeing Mario's butthole deeply open.
Changing the Facebook logo to Mario today. Yeah.
But and it's a
It's
bottle
called
just opens.
X now.
Well, speaking of being forced to see things, I did want to put this question out to the group on the podcast because I've been giving my friends a hard time, and I hope they hear this, even though I know they don't listen to the podcast. I've been giving them a hard time about this, which is not fair because I'm guilty of it as well. But for some reason, something snapped in me this week where I was just like, I'm tired of the ussy jokes. I'm like,
Mm.
Ussy jokes, how are they still going?
Are they?
And are they still funny to y'all?
No.
Do you
Well,
think they
okay.
should be allowed to keep going? Or-
Matt, what?
Go ahead,
Listen.
please.
So no, they're not. But the thing is, I think that those kind of jokes, like where they like take over whatever social media, like whatever social media platform it is that's doing it. Eventually, it's always all of them. That like it does run its course because everybody's looking for that next Ussy joke, whatever it may be, right? And then when
Always.
they find it reaches critical mass and it's just not funny anymore. Some people are, of course, like as the day that it reaches, like everyone's like doing it, they're like, oh, this is lame, and everyone's doing it now, which is fine. Okay, I get it. But also, if you get it, it's always funny if you get a good one. If there's actually a good one and there's a situation where it happens where the Ussy joke makes sense and it's unique, then you can still do it, and then it's funny. The problem is that's not going to be you can't be searching for it constantly at this point because
Right.
Who need they Henry Kissingussy?
No. Don't say.
Is that what you
Oh my
said?
God, me! That's the Grim Reaper. You know.
oh my god, me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel bad. I had to bring it up because I do it. You know, I've been saying chorked off the squang for like 2 years or something, and you know, I do it all the time. I get on a bandwagon and I don't get off, but like something in my brain broke where I was just like reading Kurger Bing cheese or whatever bees chussy memes, and I was like, guys, just fucking stop, please stop. And like, you know, they didn't take that well. They're like, fuck you, you know. I'm
They're
like,
wearing like a
"You're right."
Stussy shirt.
A Stussy? Wow.
Yeah, remember that?
That's a real throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
The original Ussy joke right there.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think it's like maybe different context. Like, yeah, when someone posts it, it's not going to be as funny anymore. But I mean, maybe if you hear it like in IRL, then it's like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Mhm.
But, you know, I'll give them that.
Wait,
you know,
how often do you hear Ussy jokes IRL?
I don't know, so someone's be like, oh, I just got out of the shower, I had to clean my bussy. It's like, oh, all right. And it's like someone you wouldn't expect to see it, say it. You're
It
like,
doesn't
all right,
happen to me. You know?
not living.
Who do you say this to? Who says this to you?
When I'm, you know, I'll tell you every time. Not every time. It's only when this one girl is working at Burger King. She's working the window there. Her name is Tanya. But when I come through and she says, hey, child, open up that wussy and give me your money.
I knew that was going to happen like that. I knew that joke was
I thought you were
gonna
gonna say
be
something
exactly
like,
like
"Oh, I
that.
talked to my daughter and she crossed her arms and said like, what cussy forever" or something like that. You know?
Wallusy?
Yeah,
Oh.
Like Wakanda, Wakussy,
yeah. That's
Oh.
a pop culture crossover that I can
Kissingussy.
get
Yeah,
into. Yeah.
Kissingussy.
I'm sorry.
It's
That's
okay.
the name of the episode, probably.
Yeah.
No,
Just to really drive it home.
no.
Why not?
We're gonna have to top that.
I can picture
I
the
have to
thumbnail
workshop
already.
that, everyone. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm glad we could come to a conclusion on that one. I guess Ussy jokes can go on for another 5 years.
Is that the third death?
is that that's the conclusion we came to? Okay, great.
I don't know. We kept making them, so I don't know really how I can condemn them at this point.
I think what we're gonna try to do is put them on a little boat with the Wojaks, and they're gonna come back because
Okay.
the
Oh,
Wojaks,
no.
We got to put them on the back burner for a while. Put them up
Yeah,
on the
Didn't
shelf.
go
the
anywhere.
brainless
Yeah.
Wojaks are gonna bring the boat right back.
Put them on the back burner, Ussy.
Is that the second meme death? You know, the dying threes. What's the next one gonna be?
They're gonna bring back Dat Boy. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh God, just to kill him again.
Just to
That's
kill it again.
It's impossible at this
That's
point.
one of my least favorite memes.
If that boy returns, killhimagain.com.
That was one of the most forced ones for me.
Yeah.
So forced.
Well, I
like
mean,
meme's cute.
okay. So along the same lines, I wanted to bring this up because for some reason my Facebook is broke as fuck and it shows me things from like 10 days ago on my feed.
yeah.
It's like
Mine will do that
what
too,
I
yeah.
see now.
Yeah.
I stopped
And
opening it.
I saw a post from Robert Travesty because Matt had commented on it and it really resonated with me. It's along the same lines of this bussy conversation or Ussy conversation. Sorry, we're not talking about bussies, everyone. Didn't want to get anyone too excited.
Damn it!
But Robert
That's
posted-
behind the paywall. We talk about that.
Right, it's coming just a little bit later. Don't worry. But the post was how many notifications do you need to feel like you matter asking for a friend? And Matt had said something that made it pop up in my feed that was just like, "Oh brother, I got news for you." And and like I just relate to that so much because like when it's happening, you like, you do feel like it's some kind of replacement for anything that matters, right? Like you're like, like this week I got my YouTube channel on the screen over here. I'm watching my YouTube videos get views, and you're like, oh wow, this feels great, like I'm doing shit, I'm important. But like honestly, I've also been to the peak of that mountain in the past. I've had like hundreds of thousands of reactions, and I know for in the long game that none of it really fucking matters. You'll feel like it does when it's happening, and then you realize looking back, like it's bullshit, it's nothing. It was fun, like, yeah,
When
but
it
like,
happens, I'm drunk with power. But I feel like every time it happens in succession, it just gets more and more annoying.
Yeah.
Diminishing returns on that shit, huh?
Big time, yeah.
The hedonic treadmill. Ha! Strikes again.
Yeah.
it's
Sisyphus. You must imagine Sisyphus as a shitposter.
You must imagine Sisyphus getting at least 40 likes.
Getting drunk with 40 like lust.
Yeah.
He wants 60 now. Now he needs 100.
Yeah, I just felt like it was worth bringing up because I feel like maybe it's the monetization of social media that's so. It's just like, that's just basically how it is now. Almost anybody,
Sure.
if you do hit these certain metrics, you can monetize being on the internet.
That's made it worse for me because when people
Exactly.
when people share my memes and are making bank off of them on their little fucking meme page, I get very upset. And if
Yeah.
it
Yes.
wasn't for the money aspect, I'd be like, oh, whatever, go ahead, take it. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm glad
Right.
that you
And
like
that's
it.
kind of
Yeah.
my point is that in the past, it's like you could have gotten these metrics to hit and you would have felt good about
Right.
it. And then nothing would have come of it after it's over. Right. Because like
Yeah.
you can go viral. Most people don't continuously go viral. It's like it happens. Maybe it happens again. You know what I mean? Like you get bangers and then you don't.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, I know.
and then at a certain point, like you get old enough, at least I feel like most of us in the podcast have gotten old enough where you're like, I don't do that so much anymore. Like, yeah, I do it, but like,
Mhm.
I did that. I don't do it anymore. But
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
it's weird, like experiencing other people going through that as if it's the first time it's ever happened. And I'm like, like Matt's reaction of like, oh brother, I've got news for you, just like resonated so hard for me. I was just like looking
I have some
at,
unpleasant news to
Oh,
share
my-
with you,
my
Robert
sweet
Travesty.
Summer child.
it's
Yeah.
not nothing is good. It feels good right now, let me tell you, but it's gonna be like you're gonna have to go to rehab or like
Yeah.
healthy
Clout
living.
rehab.
Yeah, healthy living without clout is available for most people these days.
Mhm.
So
I
Yeah,
did
it's
think-
fucked up.
before we wrap up, I've got a very important question. Okay, you guys can speak
Mhm.
amongst yourselves for a moment. But I watched the Elon
Okay.
Musk interview with the bomber that you guys talked about. Hold on.
Okay.
Do you have the same jacket?
Oh, nice.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious and perfect.
I wonder
I'm excited to see this.
where Ashley
Okay.
is on.
There it is.
So on Cyber Monday, I purchased a jacket.
And you already got it by Thursday?
It's not the same jacket, is it?
No, it's
That's not
the
an
same.
Elon
No,
Musk
no.
jacket.
It's
not
way
even close,
smaller.
not
I
even
was
Close,
so-
though.
I was so
No,
worried that I
You're basically Elon Musk at this point,
Elon Musk, yeah.
which I'm
yeah.
personally into.
Mhm.
So it's fine by
Matt,
me.
this is bothering
Where's
This is
my-
me.
working. This is working for me.
Where's my emerald treasure pile?
A little apartheid.
Yeah, we need those apartheid emeralds. It's different, They hit different.
Let's get her a
Their
couple cars
luster.
to crash. Let's
Ooh. That sounds fun. Burst into flames.
Yeah,
She
come on,
locked me
let's
in my
get,
car and set my car on fire.
yeah, let's get a few more patrons. Get a few more patrons on this, and then we can afford at least one, like $100,000
Yeah.
The-
Tesla. You
I
can
can
still
afford
get,
to put the down payment on it and not get it for 6 years. And then
Yeah,
I've been-
the Cybertruck is $61,000 now. For the cheapest model.
61,000. Wow.
Jesus fucking
The
Christ.
cheapest model.
And
Yeah.
it's made it's made like shit.
It
I
looks
mean,
like
this
shit,
is-
folks.
Yeah, I saw a close up of the I don't know what part to call it because it's all one. It all looks like one piece, but it's not.
The cyber trussy. You saw that
Yeah,
part?
I
It's weird.
saw the cyber trussy, scientific term, and I can't remember who posted this. It was either on, I think it was on Blue Sky actually. There were, it was almost like there were like planks of like sort of plastic, like metal looking plastic. That were just, they're supposed to be even all the way across because it's supposed to give off this impression of being this one, this sort of like MacBook looking
Seamless.
seamless, yeah. Although it's just like the worst version of that because they've come nowhere close to that whatsoever. It's just like these weird planks of shiny plastic that don't quite fit together.
It's like if your laptop, your MacBook was welded together poorly, like on the, you open it, you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, it's like you brought your MacBook to one of those like the inn in Lord of the Rings where they stay after they leave the Shire, and some guy there is just like, oh, hand me that back together for you, and he gives it back to you, and it's just this bricked piece of shit.
Should have taken it to Elrond.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Succ. This is the new format where we will be dropping a shorter episode for you, followed by more content on our bonus stream where we've got stories about self-proclaimed gay furry hackers breaching nuclear labs, the Pentagon's initiative to accelerate hard decisions on lethal autonomous weapons. Matt found an insane subreddit called R Mantis Encounters. What?
Oh, I can't wait to. I need to tell you guys about this.
And something about a poop-filled Pringles can. There's a lot more on the bonus feed, so don't miss that.
Yeah, I'm a little biased, but I think the last few bonus episodes have been all bangers. So you want to contribute to that Patreon and get those. They're pretty damn good. We want to give them away for free. We're like, we can't. They're just so good, though. So
we gave the last one away for free.
That's
So,
true.
we're
That's
like
true.
the pusher, man. You get a little taste. Join on Patreon. You can also join on Spotify. And if you don't want to spend money, then just join our Discord or our Facebook group where we post lots of ussy jokes about Henry Kissingussy and Cybertrust. I'm so sorry. I mean,
Henry.
All right, we got
Jay.
to.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.